All right, welcome back, everyone out there. Thank you so much for tuning in for another week of the BSL. We're finishing the round of 16 today, which is crazy to me because it feels like the BSL just started. So I'm Rapid. With me is Nyokin. Nyokin, what do you think about us ending off the round of 16 like this?
Yeah, this is a good group to end on. We've got 3 Zergs and our boy DMX in our last 4 players. And we've got the winner of last season, trutacz, seeing if he can keep going. He's got a tough lineup to face, though. Babo and Castro standing in his way along with DMX. So it's going to be an exciting group.
Yeah, every other group had a Peruvian player make it out of it. And now we have 2 Peruvian players here. So Babo and trutacz are in trouble, man, because the Peruvians have to make it out. I don't know. But for Castro, DMX, and Babo, I think we'll have a similar situation as we did in Group C that we had yesterday, where there's one clear favorite and then everybody else fighting for second place. Because trutacz is the truth. He is so good, champion of last season. He's maybe the best or second best. I don't know. Between trutacz and Eon Zerg, it's hard to pick the best non-Korean Zerg out there because they're just so good. I cannot wait to watch this. This is going to be so sick. Plus, we have lots and lots of ZVZs, so it might be a fast night. But also, like you said, DMX or DNMax, however you want to say it, he's still pretty good, and so definitely can't count out him, Castro, or Babo. But for sure, trutacz, he's strapping on the Bat booster rockets to his body and getting ready to blast onto the round of 8.
Yeah, and we already had one of Poland's royalty make it out yesterday with Bonnet, and I was looking at the group or the bracket, and whoever gets out in first is going to be facing Terror, and whoever gets out in second is going to be facing Eon Zerg. So whoever gets out, they're going to have a tough opponent in the round of 8. Personally, I want to see trutacz make it out second, because then we have Eon Zerg, trutacz. And trutacz, Eon Zerg, every time I see them play, it's really, really close. But this is going to be an exciting group.
Yeah, I actually also want to see trutacz make it out in second to play Eon Zerg. But actually, if he makes it out in first, then trutacz and Eon Zerg could make it all the way to the finals and meet in the finals. Also, trutacz and Bonnet could make it to the finals, and that would be a rematch of last season's epic finals. That was such a good final. So also, I'd just like to point out that when we talk about the players that have already qualified for the round of 8, the only country that has 2 players in the round of 8 is America. So a shout out to Jaeyoon and Tai2 for making it there. Also a big shout out to Jaeyoon and Tai2 because as you guys were telling me earlier, they were first and second place in the LA LAN that just happened yesterday. So congratulations, those guys are killing it right now. But also the players in this group are going to be killing it too. So I'm actually excited to start this off. If you guys are new to BSL or you're tuning in because your friend Double Dog dared you, well, you picked a good day to tune in. Because starting things off, we have trutacz, who's a member of the very famous Polish Brood War clan Net Wars, and then also Babo, who is, of course, playing for IRK, but also a fine representative of South America from Chile. And even though he has made the round of 16 very consistently, this time around, it's going to be a little bit harder for him to break that round of 16 barrier that he's had before.
Yeah, so our first map is going to be Gladiator. I'm ready to start it off if you're ready.
I'm so ready, dude. Let's do it. Gladiator, game number 1 of our first series, of our last series in the round of 16. It's trutacz versus Babo. All right, here we go in the upper, I'm getting this right, left hand, got it, nailed it, so successful. In the upper left-hand corner in the green, playing Zerg, this is Babo.
And in this weird bluish gray color, we've got the Polish Zerg. He's our last winner of BSL. It is trutacz.
Ooh.
So do you think we're going to see any more management-based build in ZVZ? We saw Tai2 go for that. We saw Jaeyoon yesterday on Ground Zero go for that. I wonder if either of these players watched those games and thought, well, hey, I can play like that. I don't need to be aggressive.
That's a really cool style. I really like that. Still not sold on these in-base hatcheries that we're seeing out there. I don't know about that, but I do think that management style that you're talking about is really cool to watch. I had a lot of fun, but at the same time, like the closer and closer we get to having a Hive-Tech ZVZ, the more and more I just want to see it all the time. Do I think that's going to happen this series? Absolutely not. I think TrueTouch is going to eat Babo alive. And I'm not saying that as a biased commentator. I'm saying that because I've watched more than one TrueTouch game, which is all it takes to know this guy's a monster. So let's see how this is going to shake out. Looks like, what are we having here as far as builds are concerned? Looks like a 12 hatch coming out of TrueTouch, if I'm not mistaken.
You've got TrueTouch going for an overpool, but it's with gas first, and then Babo also doing very similar build. A little bit different. He got gas even faster, but
yeah,
we haven't seen this, I don't think, all season long, but both players are going to get a lot of gas pretty fast. Not a big differential right now. Babo with an 8 gas lead, but Babo's one of the best players with his Mutaplay. I'm not convinced that TrueTouch is a clear favorite in this specific matchup, but all the games I've watched of TrueTouch, I'm not sure what he thinks his best matchup is, but I think his Zerg versus Zerg is probably his best matchup.
I would definitely agree. I'm glad you're here to dampen my rampant TrueTouch fanboyism, because I'm just going to predict him in every matchup, and we'll see how he does. But I would say that because they're both going very similar builds, it's going to work out pretty evenly. Now, there's a main deviation finally in that Babo is getting Ling speed, whereas TrueTouch is opting to kind of skip that, save that gas up for mutas later on.
Yeah, so he's going to have a slight gas advantage. Let's see how Babo wants to use these Lings. We already saw yesterday Jaeyoon. Yep, there we go. TrueTouch is going to put Lings at the bottom of his ramp just like Jaeyoon, try and trade as effective as possible. And TrueTouch has a lot of money. Oh, there is the in-base hatch. Rapid.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Dude, I don't know. Also, I think usually when I see in-base hatcheries, they come up pretty quickly. Not at like a 12 hatch timing, but they also like aren't usually this late, like when the layer is almost about to pop. So yeah, I don't know, dude, because ideally you want to have your in-base hatchery there as a macro hatch for mutas without it being vulnerable. So the reason that you would do this is to say, I want to win the muta battle, but I don't want to risk losing my hatchery. So it's cool, but it also doesn't give you any extra economy while costing a drone, which is very valuable. You can see somehow TrueTouch is up in drones by 2, which is crazy to me. I don't know how that happened, because he also sacked a drone to make his hatchery, which also costs 300 more minerals.
And look at this, Babo's running these Lings around, trying to hide them, but the Overlord's in a position where I think he would just see everything. But if Babo wants to attack, he needs to go probably now, because look at what TrueTouch made another drone. Look at what he has right now. He has 6 Lings. Babo has 15 Lings. It's go time.
Dude, I don't understand how TrueTouch is playing this, because he's being so greedy. Because not only did he get an extra hatchery, he has like 3-4 more drones, which is also crazy. And his Spire is almost done. So it's like he got to this place, which is almost the same place Zergs just all try to get to. But he did it with an extra hatchery and with 3 extra drones. So I'm like, okay, dude. I mean, yes, I would also like to get to this place as well. So he is really going to be killing it. Although I will say that he's not going to have maximum larva for when the Spire pops. Because usually you'd want 6, right? But he just had to build 3 more Overlords, 2 more Overlords. So that obviously kind of sucks.
Yeah, here comes Babo, and I don't think he can even believe what he's seeing. This guy has 6 Lings. This is just so ridiculous. You can tell that he can't believe it, because he left half of his army back at his base. Here he comes. He's going to try and bust down, but there's a lot of Lings, but the mutas, will they get out in time? I just realized TrueTouch also has a Sunken, so he's going to be completely safe.
Yeah, he's going to have to run his drones around a little bit. Maybe he loses a drone, but that's totally okay, because he was already up a bunch of drones. The Lings all die, and the mutas are out, so congratulations, Babo. You spent all that money, all that time, all that larva on Lings that did nothing.
Well, yesterday we had a similar fight with Crossy and Jaeyoon. We've got 4 mutas versus 3. There's Scourge advantage. Oh, Babo, don't. He doesn't notice. What are those Scourge doing? Okay, one lands.
Dude, Scourge are the dumbest units. Holy cow, it's unreal how much dumber they are than just all the other units. Trying to micro against that Scourge, pushes it back, but it's still alive. It actually does land. It pops on one of the mutas, and actually, we have more mutas here for trutacz. I'm pretty sure he's just bopping this. Is he? I can't tell. It's all, okay, yeah, it's all trutacz all the time. That's it. Babo taps out. Trutacz with the big brain builds. What a god.
That was probably the greediest ZBZ opening I've ever seen. That's absurd. Just build 6 lanes, that's it?
Also, it's also absurd that not only, like, the only thing more greedier than that is, like, 3 hatch before pool or something, like the dumbest build. But trutacz has found this really weird way. I mean, I guess if you have that read, that was like a soul read, right, on Babo saying this guy is not going to go kill me. But when I think about watching Babo's games, I'm pretty sure he goes and kills people. So I don't know what trutacz knew that we didn't, but damn, what a game.
Yeah, and both of his Scourge hit different mutas. They were maximum effective, and anytime a Scourge landed, it just changes the tide of the fight so hard because it just takes one hit and one splash to kill the hurt muta. So, I don't know, that hurts as Babo. I think he can definitely recover though, but that was like a convincing. That's not how you want to start off the series, Rapid.
Oh, for sure. No, that is... I just got done watching the finals of the GSL StarCraft 2 Super Tournament. Same thing. Game 1 lasted about 2.5 minutes. Failed proxy attempt, and it was over. I'm just like, well, for the rest of the series, the player that lost that way was totally tilted, out of control. You lose that way, and you're Babo, and you're just like, wait, I didn't get to do anything that game. I didn't get to play StarCraft. So hopefully Game 2 goes a little bit differently. It's going to be on the National Patriotic BSL map, Power Bond. So if you guys just can't get enough Power Bond, we're coming back to you next season. This will be called the PBSL for Power Bond Star League. Because this is just the only map that we play. But that's going to be our second map here. So let's get into it and see if, in fact, Babo can come back or get to do anything, or if trutacz, like I said, is going to boost the rocket on to the round of 8. So let's do it. Game number 2 on Power Bond. All right, here we go. The map is Power Bond, and in the upper left-hand corner, in the Cobalt, is our Polish Zerg player, trutacz.
In the bottom middle, repping the magenta color, it is Babo. And I wonder what the mindset is, well, for both of these players, but if I was to be in trutacz's shoes, I would think that Babo, seeing that I only built 6 lings, I would probably expect this guy to mass ling me now. So whatever the counter is to mass ling, that's what I would be going for.
Yeah, I'm expecting like a 10 hatch or something to just get the lings out there. Like, I would say for Babo, I actually like him playing that style. He's a great aggressive player, at least from what we saw in the round of 24. So more power to him. But for trutacz, I totally agree, Nyokin. I think you just need to not die. And I feel like trutacz, Eon Zerg, and then who else is... There's a Terran player that made it pretty far. Maybe it was Koget. I don't remember. I feel like people kill themselves on good players because they try to do something really aggressive, and the good player is so good that they just hold it off. Flash has this happen to him all the time. He's so good at holding off cheese with SCVs. That's why his SCVs are so good, because he just has to use them because players cheese him because they don't want to play a macro game. I would not want to play a macro game against trutacz. This guy's so good. So maybe Babo's got other things in mind. Once again, trutacz building those drones, Nyokin. Haven't seen... Okay, there it is. All right, spawning pool coming down on 12.
Yep, so 12 pool for trutacz, and as expected, we're going to be quite aggressive from Babo's point of view. This is a 9 pool with gas. Already liking trutacz's position a lot, but Babo at least is going to find trutacz first, so that's going to be great for him. He's definitely going to see trutacz exactly what's going on from him. He's not going to be able to just build 6 lings and power to infinity. Actually, this drone comes in, and if he sees the Overlord, will he change his hatchery position? No, he still goes for it. So Babo's going to have window of opportunity to get some damage done at this natural.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if there's any game that's ripe for an in-base hatchery, it might be this one, because giving your opponent the opportunity to cancel your natural expansion, like, I mean, I would not want to do that against a player I know I'm not scouting first. So Babo actually has a lot of extra information here, because scouting first in ZVZ when your opponent doesn't, huge advantage, because now he's going to get a chance to see everything, all the timings. It's all his. And he knows that his opponent just doesn't have anything. So, I mean, granted, there's lings popping out, but the lings coming in faster for Babo. Let's see how much of a difference this makes. Because I guess they do actually have equal ling numbers.
Yeah, power of 12 pool. Going to have the extra hatch. Going to have equal ling count. And Babo didn't go for speed. TrueTouch is going to have the speed advantage by just... Well, he just started.
They're both almost exactly the same for speed.
Yeah, they are pretty close, but I guess what I meant was Babo went for lair first. This is not speed first,
yeah.
So his lair is way far along. So TrueTouch is the one that is actually going to mass ling here. And, well, he's gotten a lair, and I just remembered that he doesn't have vision into Babo's main. I was going to say that we might have that evolution chamber style, but now he's going to come in here and see exactly what Babo's doing. But yeah, TrueTouch is actually going to be the one getting aggressive with these lings.
I mean, Spire just now started here for Babo before TrueTouch's lair is even done. It's not going to be done for a while. So, yeah, Babo's going to be faster to mutas by quite a bit. So I'm excited to see what this looks like, because last time it felt like TrueTouch's mutas came out first. So this time the shoe is kind of on the other foot. But TrueTouch has built a lot more than just 6 lings this game, Nyoken. So he gets to be a little aggressive now that speed's done.
Yeah, but here he comes. This is 12 lings. He left a couple back. He's going to actually find Babo's... Oh, I thought they were hiding and trying to run around, but nope. They're just going to come back to the ramp, and here we go. This is not the arc that TrueTouch wants.
Oh, it's hard to get your lings in an arc when you have to group select them and move them around, but Babo will be able to kind of Oh, no! How did he do that? What? What? Impossible. I've seen it all.
Yeah, he gets in, and Babo was so worried about mass ling, he even has a fast sunken colony. Meanwhile, TrueTouch is going for the evolution chamber, and actually TrueTouch is building tons of non-stop lings. I'm a little surprised, because Babo had... Is he coming down?
No. Yeah, okay, that would be a bad idea. At this point, just try to stabilize. You know your opponent's going to be flooding you. How does TrueTouch get lings past a ramp like that? I don't understand.
He has so many lings left over, and this Spire is way out in no man's land. He can get full surround. Babo, no! This is gonna go down.
Even with the mutas popping out, the lings deal so much damage. The Spire lives with 68 HP.
I can't believe that thing lived. It was getting bursted so quickly, but okay, here we go. Round 2, 8 lings.
Yeah.
Is he just gonna dive on it? But even if he gets the Spire... Even if he gets the Spire, he's lost so many lings now. Can't Babo just counterattack?
You know, I think... How many mutas is he going to have total? 6 mutas, I believe, because there's 2 more in these eggs. Yeah. So he's going to have a total of 6 once they all get back together. How many mutas does TrueTouch have? The answer is 0.
Yeah, a big fat 0, because he's having to build all these...
Hey, don't talk about 0 that way.
Oh, man,
He's in shape these days. It was only for a little bit. Anyway, jokes aside, you're right. He just doesn't have any, but he does have quite a few spores.
Yeah, and this is the move that I was expecting Tai 2 to do every single time. Just put those mutas over the ramp, allow your lings to get in. Luckily for TrueTouch, it's only 2 lings. If it was something like 5 or 6, this would be devastating, but we've got another counterattack. TrueTouch knows that all of the mutas are across the map. We've got a drone cycle, and look how exposed the Spire is again.
Oh my god, you're kidding me. You're kidding me. The madman. He does it once, he does it again. A cancel, but still no Spires allowed for you, and now a Spire started for TrueTouch, who may be able to leapfrog Babo in the muta count.
Second Spire going down. Even though the Spires are going to be matching now, Babo has an overwhelming amount of gas advantage. He's already built 6 mutas. So as long as he doesn't bleed them off to Scourge or Spore or something, I'm still liking his position quite a lot. But TrueTouch does have his Nat up and running. He's identified that he can now start droning, which is a good sign for him. He's going to be powering extremely hard. Okay, here we go. Babo taking his natural. I was waiting for him to go down there and take that natural, because he needs to get the larva.
Yeah, Larva, and I mean, trutacz is still not taking his natural gas, which I think would kind of slingshot him ahead in the gas count. He's just now taking it. So that is actually kind of a big deal, because if he starts mining from that natural gas really quickly, then he might be able to use the defense that the spores allow him to have, along with the higher gas value, to be able to, mass produce these mutas out there. Yeah, he is actually building mostly Scourge, though, while he affords his +1 carapace. So I guess that's something that he'll be working on, more of like a turtley tech route than trying to play that muta game.
We've got another big swell of Lings from trutacz. He showed himself to the Overlord, but he's got Lings hidden out on the other side of the map, so this may be a diversion. As soon as these get found, yep, there he goes. Now he sends them in. Scourge now have to deal with these mutas. Can the mutas micro it? Oh, really nice control right there.
Yeah, he's trying to split the Scourge so that they can come in from different angles, but they're really dumb. Now, a couple of them actually do land there, so at the end of the day, it's 4.1 mutas left over.
Yeah, he actually got 3 connections there, took out 1 muta and damaged another, but still Babo has 8 mutas standing. Mm-hmm. Getting a look at trutacz. He doesn't have any mutas just yet, but his econ is crazy. He's got half or 1.5 more times drones as Babo, and Babo's natural just coming up, so he doesn't have access to the gas just yet. Yeah. But he still does have quite an advantage on the mutas, and surprisingly, he's actually going for +1 weapon. Yesterday, we saw +1 armor just be massive in the Jeyun Crossy series. I wonder why he got weapon this time.
I think so. For weapons, that means you're going to try to dive the spores, and so I think what he's going to try to do is maybe run in and dive the spores, because the only muta weapons in a ZVZ is the worst upgrade for sure. Like, armor just does so much more. So I think that's what it's for. It's so that he can kill off the stationary static defense. But we'll see. Because Babo hasn't done anything with his mutas so far. Maybe the Scourge kept him at bay, but more than anything, he's just been kind of scared. So finally he's going to come in. A little bit of an anti-timing, snipes a drone, that's nice, but does he want to fight this? I think the answer is yes. You just have to stay out of range of that spore.
Yeah, he definitely wants to fight it. It's 11 versus 7. I'm surprised trutacz wants to fight this, because his +1 armor is getting close to finish. Meanwhile, we have a Ling counterattack, doesn't get anything done, and now Babo's got a pretty sizable army advantage. Muta lead, Ling lead. Lings can just run into the main while the mutas do work at the natural, and we might see a complete drone wipe.
Yeah, I love how you talk about the army advantage, but then the supply is actually pretty close, because trutacz has 7 more drones, 6 more drones to be exact. So his econ lead is pretty big, but look at this. They're both players with upgrades that are about to finish, fighting over the spore. The spore goes down, and that means it's just muta on muta action. Falling back to that secondary spore, but now no more mining from the natural for trutacz.
Well, Babo just lost tons of mutas. I don't know how that happened, but now he's at 6. And trutacz has 11, and he's going to have +1 armor, which is the better upgrade. It just kicked in, and Babo, you don't want to fight this anymore. You got to run back home, dude.
Yeah, he's going to get it. Oh no, there's a misrallied muta. That's actually huge. Now trutacz has a full control group of +1 carapace mutas against Babo, who has 7 partially wounded +1 weapon mutas.
Yeah, we were just
trutacz is getting +1 weapons of his own.
Yeah, and we were just talking about how the supplies were close. Well, now they're completely lopsided. trutacz in the main now wiping drones, and now he's just going to, I imagine he wants to fight this. He's got so many more mutas. He's just going to stand and fight, and trutacz is 100% going to win this game. Scourge even coming in to seal the deal.
Damn. I feel like trutacz is like Neo when he sees the Matrix through code. Like, he just gets it. Whatever it is, that's what he gets. trutacz, what a god. Like, such a weird game. I mean, I guess it's not weird when you think about playing that style of spores versus mutas, but the way he was able to cancel the Spire twice, get those Lings in the base over and over again. Every Zerg player in the world wishes they could do that, but almost none of them can. So trutacz, in making magic happen, is going to 2-0 his way on to the winner's match. Wow, that was such a crazy series.
Yeah, that was painful from Babo's point of view. The first game, trutacz gets away with murder. Second game, I liked our position. Yet Lings, how do they get up that ramp? I don't even know. I look It's a complete wall. I look back, Lings are in the main. What? Just a disaster. So hopefully Babo can get it together in his next matchup. But now we're going to be going up into our ZVP, which with a macro king, we saw Crossy macro like a god yesterday. Castro can definitely macro. This guy's crazy. He's going to be going up against DN Max.
Yeah, I don't know how to predict that series. That's actually a little bit harder. Might go all the way. We're going to see some really interesting games no matter what. That's almost guaranteed.